Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent node development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Morecheese or 68 for more information. Warning: this podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind, and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
Hello and welcome to UDU Podcast UDU number 56. I'm Ben68 and today it's either Tuesday the 28th or Wednesday the 29th of June, depending on where you live. Do you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service or event to promote? If so, opportunities are always available for sponsorship and engagement in this, the UDU podcast. That could be as simple as a quick plug at the start of the show in this spot, right up to including a standalone Metaverse Spotlight. Contact myself or Morecheese to discuss and secure your spot. All proceeds go towards giveaways and prizes on the podcast. Now, we did have somebody yesterday reach out, so we're hoping to put something together. And if so, that will be very cool indeed. I like hearing about new projects and whatnot. The UDU podcast is open to the Upland public and we value and appreciate your inputs. I'll keep saying it. Who knows? Maybe one day some of you Zoom lurkers might jump on in. So yeah, if you want to jump in, tell me to shut up, catch a breath. Or if you're watching on YouTube or listening on the Spotify and wondering how you can get involved, we drop the link to the Zoom within the Metaverse Ventures Entertainment server each and every Tuesday at about 6:15 p.m. UTC time, and we go live about 15 minutes after that. And I was just talking to Joe before we kicked off that every time I spam that with an @everyone, we get a whole bunch of people leave the server. People you do know that you can turn off @everyone's if that is something that grinds your gears. We've got the Breaking Badly news segment first up, of course, then some updates and insights into what's currently going on with Upland Development United, aka UDU, which, if you didn't already know, is, of course, the original and premier collaborative node development team within and extending from the Upland Metaverse. And we'll finish up with the Upland Mash, which is open for a mix of giveaways, forum discussions on contemporary Upland events, Metaverse Spotlights, sponsor segments, yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, we'll wrap it up with the 1 million UpX wheels, which slightly tweaked version this week for the 1 million UpX wheel based on some feedback we received through the week as part of the weekly challenge. Speaking of the weekly challenge, we'll again be giving away 10,000 UpX for our weekly challenge this week, and we'll be setting up for another one that has a bonus little thing, which Uplando just mentioned something related to it. So stick around and wait to find out the details for that. Did you get an entry in for this week's 10,000 UpX weekly prize? No, it's pretty easy to do. Even Jazz just scrambled and got hers in right at the last minute. So it's always pretty easy. Breaking Badly news. Now, wow, I just had a look over there and the red knives started to kick in just as I was trying to get the data. So it's a bit, I don't know what's happening. We might be on another down stretch. We'll see how we go. But at the moment, the global crypto market is, what are we? We're down from 938 billion last week to 927 billion this week. And Bitcoin's dominance is also down from 43.5% to 42.5%. Fair bit of green, actually. Bitcoin was, except for Bitcoin, Bitcoin was 21,300 down to 20,000. And like I said, it kept jumping around, but was 20,600 when I looked. Ethereum's a little boost, 1,166 last week, up to 1,180. Wax, Engine, Ripple, little boosts. Wax was 9 cents to 10. Engine was 48 cents to 55. Ripple was 33 cents to 34 cents. Solana's taken a bit of a drop, was $38 down to 36. EOS was 98 cents down to 97 cents. And Polygon Matic had a bit of a bump, was 44 cents last week, back up to 52 cents. What have you been doing with the old coins, Cheese? Still gobbling?
Yes. I gotta pay attention. I haven't bought any Sol or Matic because I feel like I got as much as I wanted at the bottom there, but I am playing around with Sol with the whole Lux thing because like I know, like they haven't given us anything, but it's just so cool. It's like my new favorite hobby outside of Tales of the Crypto. And like if you own property in Lux, you get these Lux coins and you get them for free, and you could just buy these really cool Solana stuff. And like I'm not used to Solana stuff, so it's like a cheese in a new toy shop. So
Nice. Yeah, I still need to get myself organized and grab one of those Lux properties.
yes, you do.
It is on my to-do list. I just need a to-do list to organize my to-do list.
We need a free assistant. So if anybody here is interested,
Yes. If everyone,
I'll pay you in NFTs.
What a carrot. What a carrot.
We're kind of broke right now, but like in the future, we might be pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, we're good for it long term, perhaps. We'll see how we go. Over to Upland, 30-day transaction volume is down, was 1.78 billion, down to 1.39. So that's quite a hefty hit. 90-day average transaction volume also down, was 87 million UPEX, down to 85 million UPEX, and the 90-day average trading volume also down 6,187 to 5,897. No surprises, I guess. The cities that we focus on, they're all in the red. San Francisco was 29,000, down a fraction, just under 29,000. Manhattan, San Francisco dollars, down from $22 to $20 as well. Manhattan was $67, down to 65, was 100,000 UPEX, down to just under. Chicago, it's all red, was $4.40, down to $4.20, was 6,500, down to 6,000. LA was $5.50, down to $5, was 7,600, down to 6,500, which is quite a step down. The Bronx was $9, down to $8.50, and the UPEX price was 12,500, down to 11,000. So she's all red, which, as I said, no surprises really, considering everything that's on the way: cars, Rio, expansions. And I actually had a look through. I moved back to Chicago actually, because when that all those extra properties released, I didn't bother going over, but I've since gone over and had a look there, and I was like, oh, there's gold sitting around all over the place in Chicago. So I've moved back over to start gobbling some of that up. I don't know. Anybody else keeping an eye on anything market related?
I'm trying to save.
Saving,
myself.
smaving. Every time I save, I come up with a new UCC contract and I owe more money again.
I still have to save for my UCC contract. Yeah, Dex not in here. No, I'm good.
You end up with a horse head in your bed.
I know.
They don't play.
It will be done. It will be done.
Oh, it will be done. Yes, indeed. All right, over to you, Cheese. What's been happening in Upland this week?
I mean, everything is pretty much done. We just have to wait for new information.
Yep.
I'm so sorry for this cough. Last call for the NFLPA legits essentials. I don't even know if I'm even late with that. I know there was a chance to kind of be able to mint them still. Oh, yeah. All right. After June 29th at 5 p.m. PT. So if you don't have any and you want some,
now's the time.
get some.
I have bought 0 legits, and I don't expect that will change in the next 24 hours. But yeah,
I only have the 2020s.
If that's your bag, get on in. The only thing that I could see was recent kind of major event, except for some other stuff which we'll touch on later, was the Thrifty Trader Challenge.
Yeah, I was doing really good, and then I did really bad.
Oh, did you fall off? Damn, because you were in the list. That sucks.
Yeah, me and freaking, what is his name? Me and one of the other UDU guys were in it neck to neck, and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this, and then all of a sudden I just like spring to like 250 from 168 or something. That's all right.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted in DMs. My turn to blank.
Sorry. It was
Yeah.
me. It was me. Yeah, but they did have like a whole bunch of of really cool stuff. They have the show coming out. I just, for me, I'm just waiting for the outdoor decor and STEM. I mean, like, they said cars is coming out. We don't know when. We don't know how it's going to be. People have them, but they can't drive them, sort of thing.
We knew that was coming. We knew we were going to get them, and they were going to be just kind of showpieces almost for a while. So yeah, hopefully they run another round of cars soon, because I'd definitely like to get my hands on them. But I just have zero luck with those random raffle placement things.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna wait until there's more of it. I'm wondering if the ones that they put out were like, you know, the lower mint, so they're more valuable. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really care about the number. I just want it to do something with our business and whatnot. So hopefully we can get at least one.
Yeah, I'm the same. I got no interest in having one just to sit in the garage collecting dust. Whatever vehicles I get will be put to full use. So see how we go. I think that's a while away before we get to that stage where that's fully out in the community like that. But we shall.
So
see
what
happens.
do you think is going to be first, STEM or outdoor decor?
Outdoor decor based on what's going on.
That's
I mean,
cool.
because what's the point of doing STEM? Was that people were talking about dogs or something as part of that NYC NFT thing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
true, though. I apologize, Morecheese. I just wanted
No,
to that. It hadn't been specifically stated at what, but I think it's going to be the entirety of animals, I think is what they're going to do first. So like dogs, cows, chickens, maybe something of that nature. So they had a puppy petting place one day at NFT NYC where you could go in and they had all these little puppies crowd and you can go in there and just get some, little puppy love.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, if they push that ahead of outdoor decor, that would be very strange considering everything that's going on with outdoor decor at the moment. It's kind of full speed ahead. So
I mean, Upland is very strange.
that is true. Yes.
Wait, so is there anything you can share, Ben?
Bit later.
Okay. All right, good.
Perhaps.
Sorry.
Perhaps. We'll see how we go. As far as MVE news and updates go, the first two legends of MVE NFTs have been minted and delivered to our first two legends, Moon Unit and Zoe, and of course were sent out to the competition winners that were associated with that. Massive thanks, of course, to them, but more importantly to Cheese, who put in so much work for all of these things and did all the hard yakka to grind through all of the very boring stuff. So thank you for that, Cheese.
You're welcome.
And
now I'm
yeah,
as cool as D-Tech.
yes.
Oh, I got my background, my waves.
I will just do a quick share two of those ones. So there's some pretty cool stories associated with Moon Units as well. So get yourself on over and check those out. So yeah, we had the first legend of MVE was the one and only Moon Unit, and then was quickly followed up by Zoe as part of that competition. And look, you also get a sneaky peeky at the NFT that Cheese did up for Elijah's episode from the Real Node LA.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of give him a really awesome mountain statue behind him. Kind of like a mixture of the Hollywood sign meets the president rock statues.
Rushmore. Even I know
Rushmore,
that. I'm not
yeah.
freaking American. Yes. Yeah, so get on over there and check that out. Now, I did see some sneaky pickies of what you're going on with Cam's one. He was next in the list, and that's coming together very, very nicely as well.
Thank you. I figure if I keep posting my progress pics, it'll keep me going and motivated. But you guys got to help me. You guys got to like my pictures, because then I get all into my head and then I start playing video games and then I don't get anything done and I want to get stuff done. So help me.
No, I love those progress ones because it also slaps those people in the face who, for whatever reason, still believe that you're using some kind of pixel program or whatever. So.
Oh yeah,
Which
Like it's
kinda
either that
do 'em.
or they make fun of me for using a free program.
What, GIMP?
GIMP and the bead tool I have.
That's just haters are gonna hate. Do something yourself and then point fingers. That's just dumb. But I did get a bit quite disappointed when I read your DM this morning and you were considering putting a helmet over Cam's portrait. that you were doing.
No, I said without the helmet.
Ah, yes.
I said like to have him with a football jersey without the helmet. Maybe if he wanted to be funny, I could put like a McRib in his hand, like instead of the football, and then have his thing in the background.
Yeah, because that shirt that Cam was wearing in that photo, that was a bit too loud.
With
He's gone the
Pikachu.
opposite direction today.
That's his dancing shirt. He goes dancing with his wife, and
have seen that,
he
yeah.
wears these really cool shirts.
Yes. I just saw that and thought, oh my God, Cheese is going to have a meltdown trying to pixelate that.
Little Pikachu's.
Yes. And last week we chatted with Tage24 from the Llama Comedy Club, which was very cool. Did you have any key points that stood out from that chat, Cheese?
Is that how you say his name? Because I've been calling him Teji this whole time.
Oh, I think I called him TJ, Tage, 50 different ways. Whatever it is, he's a very cool guy and he's doing some very awesome things. And if you want to find out more about the Llama Comedy Club, and I keep saying Llama, I cannot say Llama.
Lamada.
I did it again. I can't say Llama for the life of me.
Lamada ding dong.
I'm just going to run with it, I think. It's the Llama Comedy Club. So
Lamada.
go and check out the last Wine and Cheese episode for that.
Yeah, and I would love to try to get him into my Bronxdale node and put an event and just have like a really fun time. People coming by, like see comedy, do a New York tour. I have to get together with Nosif and figure it out. Yeah.
No worries. And Weezer from Llama-Palooza also just dropped some stuff in the MBE server. He's got some stuff kicking off there as well. So there's lots of stuff going on with entertainment, comedy, meditainment, and Llamadas. So check that out. Unless there's anything else to touch on, we'll get straight on to UDU team meeting sort of stuff. All good.
Oh, good.
One of the week this week, treasure hunting spark scammers. Now this has kicked off in both the open community and behind the scenes. There's some people appearing to be going all out, you know, gobbling up, farming spark almost as part of these Spark Week things. The team says they're all over it, so hopefully that comes to fruition. But I don't know, it's a bit of a worry. I imagine it would be quite frustrating if you're somebody who put lots of time and effort into actually treasure hunting. Me, I tried for one and I actually managed to get one. I was right on top of it in Chicago. So I was happy with that. And I thought, well, that'll do me and I'm out of there.
Ben,
Yes.
if I there's a feature that not a lot of people know of, and I want to make mention of it because it's available on both Android and Windows.
Yep.
If you turn off the animations on Windows and on Android, are you familiar with this little tweak? Have you seen or heard of this?
I saw something similar. I think it was YK 2012. He put a video out like, or no, it might have been Misita or somebody did put a thing out, and I changed some setting on my iPhone, which sped things up dramatically. It took a while to get used to, but yeah, is that the same thing?
Yeah, it is that which then eliminates some of those animations, and it will allow you to look at the next location with the little red arrow. But it is that which then anyone hopefully can do on their PC, on their iPhone, mobile, and desktop, that allows them to have a little bit more of an edge, levels the playing field for players that don't know. We'll hopefully try and drop that into one of the links on your website or something else to kind of, once again, help level the playing field, because we talked about it in the mod meeting today, Ben. These multi-accounters are something that, we pressed very, very, very hard on the team, just saying, we really, really, really want you guys to do something about this, because this last week that we had these challenges and the Spark Week, it was really disheartening when people go all out and they really put everything into it to get a little bit of spark. So just so that everybody knows, moderators that are in Upland here are really emphasizing that point. And a little bit on the OTC side as well, Ben, there was a new part added to the rules in Upland official Discord on rule number 9.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, so We've got some that are completely circumventing that community pool, and that's not what we want. We all want those who are doing business in Upland as Meta Ventures, just like Ben will have to do when they're selling these, decor structures. There gets to be a little drop in the community pool bucket. So support those Meta Venturists that are not circumventing the community pool. That is all.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, I put that turned that option off that was on the phone, and that it definitely sped things up dramatically. But it was another skill that I basically had to teach myself, because it's quite jarring when you first just go to treasure hunt again after doing that. But yes, very cool. Win of the week. Now, this is something that I was supposed to get organized, but I'm just seeing now that I didn't organize it. But the win of the week is Midtown Terrace is primed and ready for outdoor decor. Now, I was going to get a nice screenshot organized to explain what we're going to do there, but I completely forgot. So we'll just talk that through. We have known that there was going to be situations for outdoor decor where we were going to have a manufacturing plant and a showroom. Ideally, well, I guess maybe not ideally, but for neighborhood score development and that, we don't know if that's going to impact on things like having X amount of manufacturing plants or showrooms within your neighborhood is going to help boost your score. We don't know any of those details. However, within Midtown Terrace, there's not a lot of massive properties. There is the one big property there that I purchased, the first property I purchased in Midtown Terrace to even begin that whole node journey and whatnot, was for the outdoor decor shop. It turns out, due to the size, well, maybe not so much the size, due to the shape of that, it's not really ideal for a manufacturing plant. The idea was going to be that was going to be the manufacturing plant with the showroom in front. So we are now, and when I say we, I mean Cheese and D-Tech, because we're all equal third partners in the business that we're running. We've kind of almost made the decision that the manufacturing plant will be based in Fresno, because I have some absolutely ginormous properties over there. And then the showroom will, of course, be in Midtown Terrace. Now, because we're in the Better Business program, we get a bit of a leeway period where we don't have to physically in air quotes, because we're in the metaverse, but truck those items once they're manufactured. If your manufacturing plant is in a different city to your showroom, then eventually you're going to have to move those via some transportation system. But we get a bit of a leeway period where they'll essentially just be airdropped from one to the other. We have been talking to that once everything's up and running, we may start a smaller manufacturing plant within Midtown Terrace to do like special events and whatnot, but we'll see how that goes. Cheese, did you want to speak to any of that?
If we're allowed to do multiple, we discussed putting one on the East Coast.
Yes.
In Bronxdale, because I have ginormous properties there too.
Yeah. We definitely know you can't have multiple manufacturing plants initially, but yeah, that seems likely that will be the case moving forward. One of the questions I asked in the week, which the catalyst for what started off Midtown Terrace and all of like that whole expansion that led into UDU and nodes and whatnot, was that big property that I bought, which was for the manufacturing plant or whatever. And then all of the properties in the surrounding area were display properties, because we were told way back in, it's well over a year now, that for outdoor decor, things would have to be made within a property and then they would have to be showcased on physical land. So of course, that's why I went and gobbled up all the land. There was some talk that seemed like that wasn't going to be the case now, because as you'll see with the cars get made within the plant and then they're kind of lined up on the same property. That's going to be the case with outdoor decor manufacturing as well. Things will be made. They have to be essentially stored on the manufacturing property, but then they can be airdropped to these other properties. So that was a bit of a relief for me, because I'd put so much time, effort into getting all that ready. But at the end of the day, I would have just bunged up townhouses on them, so it wouldn't have made a huge difference. But that's what we know at this stage, unless anybody has some specific questions.
Get them out now. Hurry, hurry.
Tell us what we're not supposed to know, Ben. Come on, we're all friends here.
I don't know. I'm so open. Like we even started, Cheese DTech and I started running our own show where we're recording our meetings that we're having weekly. So,
Yeah.
we share heaps of crap. So.
And we let them see it in the UCN. So if there's anything we're not supposed to be sharing, they would let us know. But yeah, you can't get more personal than that.
Yeah.
I'm extremely excited, and I gotta say, just in knowing how long that you have been doing this, Ben, and there are others here that have been involved in it. Just congratulations for sticking it out so long. And I know what an arduous task it's been, and I'm really excited to see what you've got coming up for us. So I know you got DTech rolling with that and the one and only Cheese. So this ought to be really, really good. And I'm just excited for you, brother.
Yeah, we're doing our best. We're doing what we can. Since we got for an entire year almost, we were begging, pleading for specs, and ever since we got the specs, Cheese and I have just been going flat out to try and push this as far as we can. And then of course we got DTech on board, who he's even crazier than Cheese and I are, I think, like as far as work ethic. So we shall see how we go. We're definitely going to give it a red hot go. And we're always dropping sneaky peeks here, there on the Twitters and that. So if you have a look around, there's plenty to see. There's some other stuff I'll touch on a bit later as well, as far as our server and whatnot. Cheese, did you want to wrap that up?
Well, yeah, I just can't wait to show everybody DTech's work and all of our hard work like coming to fruition. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited. It's going to be exciting.
Nice.
One thing can I ask, Ben? There's one little thing. So people have the rumor and the things that you as decor will be able to offer a set decor offering, like a lamppost, a bird bath, other things. But you can also be, they could commission you to do a Mount Cheesemore and have 4 players, faces on the mountain or something of that. Is that true? Could you speak to it?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that anybody can request us to build whatever they want, and we can do what we can and submit it. It has to go through the Upland approval process. So there's that. The other thing is, like, say Uplander, you said to us, okay, I want you to do a 5-piece, like a 1 of 5 set of, I don't know, a bird bath or whatever. As far as I'm aware, we can build that, but I don't believe there's going to be a mechanism where we put that up for sale that only you can access. So we could put that up for sale, but then somebody else might buy it. It's one of the things we've been talking about internally, like where DTech's just off his own back, he came up with this idea of the surfing samurai, and he put this awesome statue together. And we've discussed internally that we want that to be very low mintage, very exclusive, and it's going to be like a high cost item. But then we're discussing like, well, hang on a minute, we want to buy one too, but there's a very real chance that once these go up for sale, we might miss out. So it's kind of a funny situation.
Yeah, so there's no exclusivity part of that to some degree. You can't reserve, you literally had to otherwise put that, you can't transfer it without getting a transaction in game, so somebody could scoop, right?
Yeah, as far as we know at this stage, that might all evolve and whatnot as more feedback comes along and the whole thing matures. It's still very early. They're still working out how it's all going to work themselves. One thing I needed to touch on, which Cheese alluded to, was that the team, is aware of what we're doing and is very responsive. And I just got to give massive shout out to Jennifer, who's been super helpful in answering all of our thousands of questions and watching what we do and, taking the time to put clarifying information back out to us and that not too. So mad props to Jen and the team.
Mad props.
Thank you.
Props. Speaking of mad props, Cheese, what's happening in the Bronx Dale?
I'm getting more and more is getting built. It's looking very cheesy. We have, and I think I said last week, but we have a new guy in there and he's building up, he's building yellow. We're getting it done. I love it. We're not on Midtown Terrace's, pedestal just yet, but I want I don't want to kind of be there as fast as you just yet. I am enjoying your victories in Midtown Terrace through you.
Well, we're over a year old, and what are you? It's a few months, so there's that as well. So, how long you been rocking for? 6 months? Is it? No, it wouldn't even be that, would it?
I don't know. When did the Bronx come out?
I don't know.
Blendel, do you know?
Bronx was city number within the first 5. I think if we look back, I think I
The
have.
Bronx got released right before Christmas. That's when I came into the game.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
Ah, all right.
Cheers, dog.
Thank you. So
Hello.
7 months.
Yeah. So no, I think you're doing pretty well. As for Midtown Terrace, yeah, we were at 56.4% last week. We're up to 59.3% this week, and we actually topped the Spark staking leaderboard. We knocked Portage Park off for a time being because the UCC is just going absolutely bananas after I paid off the bill. And of course, me being the knucklehead that I am, I paid off the massive 3rd contract and immediately signed myself up for a 4th contract. But that's only for a small, quick 10 townhouses to be built. And that's in order for me to hit 200 structures built with them as a kind of milestone, which I'm pretty pumped about. Now I just have to find the funds to pay that extra bill. So.
You'll get it. You'll get it. You're impressive, Ben. This is awesome. I can't wait for it to be all filled out.
We shall see. Now, I don't think there's any other node managers on, so we shall move on. One of the major things that we've been waiting to discuss as far as UDU goes is Cam's proposal that he came with us. So you're still there, Cam?
Yes, I am. What's going on?
Hey, mate. So yeah.
I think he's getting his McRib.
No, I'm getting an oil change actually, but
Oh,
Okay. Is that a code word for something?
I don't know. I was gonna say TMI.
Can we come
Cam,
back in 5
TMI.
minutes? Yes.
I'll finish. I'll be good in like a sec. I'm just finishing up over here.
All right. So I don't know. Cheese, did you want to set that up?
What is Joe doing? Is he getting a tan over there? Does he? I saw him playing around with some sort of reflector.
Hang on. What have you given me?
What?
Joe is an amazing. I met him in Vegas, man. An amazing human being. Looks exactly like the NFT Cheese did.
I'm trying to read your DM and decipher it. What? I don't understand what you mean.
Oh,
Cheese.
all right. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It's just
Well,
a
that gift you
girl-
sent me is looking very scary.
So, Mexicantown.
Moving on. Yeah.
So Cam came to us and he wanted to know if he could bring Mexicantown into the UDU as a sort of community node that he would run. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't really hear about Mexicantown until Cam brought it up, but Ben and I were very interested in it. And as long as it has, that leadership in there, like to kind of go back and forth within it, we're definitely open to new projects and whatnot. Like we say before, like we are always wanting to promote people to do things, and we'll back you up. And there's things that we have started that either went really, really well or didn't, or is still in a process of. There's no race. It's all about the journey. I would like to see where it goes personally. I know a lot of us would like to see it. And yeah. So it's going to be basically a community node, which is existing other development collaboratives to form, grow, and thrive in the Upland Metaverse. And Cam's going to be in charge of it. And there's going to be 2 separate Discord servers at the moment. Whoever is within the Mexicantown currently, the community currently has the option if they would like to come into the UDU Discord, but if a full vetting would be initiated at that point. And all the vetting does is kind of lets us look into your blockchain just to make sure everything is on the up and up.
Yeah,
Right.
and your community post history and whatnot as well, because it's we kicked off over a year ago, and it's quite a colorful history, and we're still trying to rebuild from that, to be honest. I mean, there was so much negativity and drama that was associated with it, but yeah, from the onset, the UDU has always been about assisting other development collaboratives. So I just see that as a continuation of that kind of very early concept. So yeah, but yeah, there's no shortcuts. If any of those members want to get officially involved with UDU, you have to go through the vetting procedures that the Finman put together. And if you don't know what those are, you can head on over to udu.world, and there's a couple of tabs here: membership, ethos. It's all outlined in there. So that's pretty straightforward. I don't know, has Cam stopped getting his oil change?
Yeah, I just got out of there. There was a lot of noise in the background. I didn't want to kill everything with that.
Nice. So I guess I've written down in my notes, Mexicantown proposal: who, what, where, when, why, and how. Maybe you can give us some ideas there, Cam. How do you see this playing out from your perspective?
So I'm going to be honest, Mexicantown wasn't something that I initially wanted to or set out to build with like a true utility in mind. Now that, I mean, we've done so well, I'm trying to kind of figure out like what's our next step.
Yeah.
But I just realized like throughout this, there's a couple people in there, especially who are just really good community members who are newer to the game and might not be aware or even know how to go about like contacting like a UDU or some of like the more legacy groups. And I'm just trying to help build like a social bridge between like good communities. I consider Mexicantown to be considered a good community. And I know that there's a lot of people excited about building here, and I just don't want to hand them off to like anybody. I know that I could trust that if they come over to the UDU, they're in a good spot.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I've said it a few times, and it's as wanky as you can possibly get. But I refer to myself as the node father, which kind of makes me giggle just saying it. But that is what it is, and it has been. Anybody that's followed my journey has seen me go through periods of extreme frustration in seeing how the node concept has been completely bastardized within the community, to kind of acceptance and then support that. Now any Joe Blow can come along and have two properties and say, I'm building a node. That kind of is what it is. So that's all well and good, and I'm fully on board with that process now. But what continues to be kind of concerning and frustration, and a point of frustration for me, is that it's very easy to start these things, but without any sort of leadership and direction. Like, how many projects have we just seen fizzle and die? It's there's some examples of some really massive projects that were, pumped up within the community. You're talking about YouTubers pumping things up and promising this, that, and the other thing. But at the end of the day, there's no leadership there. There's no direction, and it just all fizzles and falls flat on its face. So, yeah, I think that's one of the things yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I mean, it takes a lot. And I mean, luckily being part of Icon as long as I have, I've gotten to see that firsthand. Like, you can have all the passion in the world, but things take time. It takes dedication, consistent effort, and you got to keep up on it.
Yeah.
I have plenty of other things I want to do too. But I'm trying to take each project one step at a time. Like, I'm starting something over in Poets Corner, but I waited until Mexicantown hit past 25%. I really wanted to get its own legs going before I moved on and spread myself too thin. You can't, no, it's definitely tough to build something and to actually have it be successful.
Yeah, I brought this up internally when we were discussing the idea. I guess my only concern was that, I didn't want it to be a situation where something had been built and you've got this little egg and then you're holding it and you're like, shit, what do I do with this now? Here you go, pass it off, sort of thing. So, but as long as you're on board as the leader to continue to facilitate, everything. Yeah, I think there's a lot of positives that can come out of it from the UDU side and the Mexicantown side as well.
No, I'm very excited to like obviously more officially collab with you guys. So love everything you guys have done here so far and that's going on here so far. And I definitely want to continue to just build community, like not like anything that's working, like try to grease those wheels. Like how do we get the best of what's going on in the game to get together instead of having these walls up?
Yeah, and that's where the real value lies in this thing is through communication and collaboration. As far as I'm concerned, that's where the real long-term benefit is.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I love Mexicantown, and I hope that we're able to do something big here. But I think just like minds meeting, just even if it's like this guy doesn't bring anything to this specific person, maybe there's an artist you meet up with. There's also like the more connections, the better. I've learned in my real life, I've learned entirely networking is all that matters. Your history means nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have several UDU members in the call, including a couple of UDU managers. Anybody else want to chime in? How about you, Cheese?
I do want to say one thing that there's no pressure for anybody in the other Discord to have to come to the UDU Discord. I know a lot of people sort of are, set in their ways and just kind of want to be, for me personally, a good alternative to that, if that's not what they want, is to join the MVE server.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm on there maybe a little bit more than the UDU at times, which I'd have to juggle my time very, carefully. But that way, like if you are an artist or if you are somebody who's into some project you want to share, and we're all there, we're all in there as well. So it's kind of like a very awesome artsy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a very good point, because that's already kind of the public face of most of the stuff we do. And, we've been very open and honest about how the UDU is a particular flavor, shall we say, and that's not to everybody's tastes. And, back in the day, we were getting accused of being a cult and this, that, the other thing, and we just picked that ball up and run with it, as you can see with all of our imagery and whatnot. So
we're such a cult.
We get it. So, yeah, but no, that's a very good point, Cheese. Jump on over to the MVE. But, yeah, we'll definitely open up channels of communication, and there will 100% be avenues for any of the Mexicantown members who want to get involved to do so. I don't know. Anything else you want to say on that, Cam?
No, I'm really excited to be able to let everybody know that we're officially part of the team over here, and that I'll encourage anybody who's really interested in moving forward to either at least check out MVE to kind of get a better idea, or try to reach out and take one of those next steps.
Alrighty,
and also, anybody in UDU who's interested, I have several. If you want in Mexicantown, I have plenty of build stuff already. Not really charging premiums. I don't mind getting them out to people. It's tough to come across the unbuilt ones. We're working on that right now. We're going to still cross 50% even without acquiring more, but we're dealing with some jailed FSAs right now.
That's frustrating.
On top of that, yeah.
That's all right. Well, I'm sure I'll cut this up as its own mini spotlight as well too. So once the word gets out, hopefully we can get if there's people on board that are holding properties, hopefully we can get them either to flip out or start building themselves. So we'll see how we go.
Thank you.
All righty. Yes. All right. So we'll start getting that organized on the back end. Code word for this week for the 1 million UpX wheels is jet boat versus cruise ship. Jet boat versus cruise ship. And we get on into that a bit in a second. So that wraps up UDU stuff. Heading on over to the Upland Mash. I put a couple of topics together for this. I don't know how deep we want to go into it. There was through the week, I've put down as a note, soccer loose lips. Did anybody want to speak to that as part of what went down with the NYC NFT and some of the drama and butthurt that kicked off afterwards? And you were there, Cam, so yeah, take it away.
So I wasn't so not being an actual ticket holder, I didn't get into like the actual discussions and stuff
Because
like
you're
that.
smart. You're smart.
Dude, it was free. I walked
Yeah.
in, it was free. But I got to talk to Dirk with maybe 4 other people for like a half hour at the meetup. He didn't say the words "soccer is coming," but soccer's coming. Trust it.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
that's been. Oh, go ahead, Chase.
I heard that he said those words to a certain gold person named Smith.
I think he said Smith. The way Smith came back on that, from what I understand, was that an announcement will be made about a part. I don't know. There was some caveat, of course, that was added so that he didn't say it. But yeah, it's been said multiple times now.
Yeah, some people I think got butthurt that those conversations were being had like privately almost and not publicly. But I mean, that's just part of the deal.
But it's like, all right, if they kept it to themselves, then I would be butthurt. But the first thing that these guys did was,
Absolutely.
hey guys, look what I found out. So why would you be butthurt if you're getting this awesome like it's not even inside information because everybody's getting it.
Yeah,
So
and the
I
goldsmith
almost
is a smart cookie. He's putting caveats over it. You know, he's not saying this is definitely going to happen. You know, it's a keep your eye out situation. Sorry, Cam.
I was just gonna say, I like they actually pay attention to like communities and stuff more than people realize. After I spoke with the social media manager, I realized that like they have a really good understanding of some of these communities and what's happening. I think they kind of understand like who they can talk to and know that information is going to be given out and not just hoarded and used like negatively.
Yeah, well, if you want to put your tinfoil hat on, you could say that it's a very clever marketing ploy. You know, spread the word out there, get it fired up in the community, get it discussed.
it's underground dirking. You just put a few drinks in him and then set him loose on the community, and he'll just kind of give these little tidbits away.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's certain things they can't put in text that, you know, if a conversation's had, I didn't say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Andy in chat has said you can't trade this type of private information, so no problem. Yeah, well, that's right. The only time it has been an issue is, I think when before the NFLPA announcement came out, I think there were some members of the UCN, it might have been the broadcasters or something, who got a heads up to start preparing for that. And I believe that a few people then took that as an opportunity to go around and start gobbling up properties all around the stadiums and whatnot. So that's when it gets a bit iffy and tricky and icky. So here we go. But yeah, that soccer, a lot of that soccer imagery that has been on the website for well over a year. Like if you look through some of the hidden tabs and whatnot. So
Icon did a podcast on it a year ago, or about a year ago.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. And Finman, who's in chat, he did some snooping on the old Twitters, and he found that Upland was following a whole bunch of professional football players. A whole bunch of professional soccer players were following Upland. So 1 + 1. We shall see.
Good job, Finn. Yeah, Finn is good. That's why I gave him that microscope. No, not microscope, magnifying glass.
There's a reason that he's the leader of the vetting team. He's a sneaky old man.
He's not that old. He's got a baby face.
I'm calling him an old man. I think I've got several years on him, so
it's fun to pretend we're younger than them.
Yes. All right. So we shall see what happens there. Going back to the code word jet boat versus cruise ship, in case you missed it, I've put that there. This kicked off in the Portage Park server just as I was going to bed last night. I think the conversation that was had there is kind of a representation of what always pops up, and we've seen this with some kind of well-known established players where they get to the point where they just can't handle it anymore and they rage quit in spectacular fashion. So a lot of people in the community want Upland to be a jet boat. They want the adrenaline rush of going to the moon, where in actual fact, we're all just sitting on a very slow-moving cruise ship.
I like it.
Do you think that's a fair analogy?
Yeah.
Anybody want to flesh that out a bit more?
Cruise ships are more planned out. They have they have different layers. They have more of a procedural kind of thing. There's rules you have to follow. When you're on a speedboat, you could go out and speed to the middle of the ocean and drop your body parts in there.
You sit
You know,
down, you
there's-
shut up, and you hang on. Yes. That's right. But yeah, cruise ship, yeah, we have, what is it? We have gastro outbreaks, and sometimes, you get locked up in quarantine for a week and everyone's got the shits, it's just all part of the ride. So we'll see. But yeah, I've struggled with this myself, like, because when I came into Upland, that was kind of at the tail end of what I was doing, like as a hobby game developer. So I'd come from somebody who was highly engaged in the game development community. And so straight away, I could see like 1,000 different ways that the Upland platform could be gamified to be more engaging. Over the last 2 years, it's very clear that they've got zero interest in doing anything really as far as gamification. Like, what have we got? We got treasure hunts and that's it. Because they're more interested in building the core foundations, and you have to be along for the ride, and all of that other stuff will come in time, but you got to have the core foundations there. Now, yeah, of course, we want those to be faster. We want everything to happen sooner rather than later, but and I think I said in the Portage Park server last night that I've been preaching having a long-term mindset for a very long time, but I've only actually really started to live that myself kind of recently. So yeah, she's a long-term thing, this one. If you're looking for a moonshot, yeah, probably not best to bet on Upland, at least not in the short term. I don't know. Anybody else want to chime in?
I don't know. Oh, go ahead, because I talk a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was just going to say kind of what I had touched upon earlier is that I see this, like when they say it's a property trading game, that's what it is. And we're building a gamified platform. I never came here expecting to do anything besides buy and trade properties. This is Bitcoin monopoly to anybody who doesn't know.
Yeah. I've been saying for a while that Upland appears to be suffering from an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Is it an NFT platform? Is it a property trading game? Is it Monopoly? I've been saying that, it's trying to do too many things at once, but now that they've got several teams working on different projects, I think it can be way more than just, what it originally set out to be. Because I certainly didn't join to buy legits and do all this other crap and cars and whatnot. I came on board as a property trading game. So yeah, and as people have been, what's Andy said here, third party is going to be essential. So great Upland is decentralized as possible. I'm sorry, I just ruined what you said, but yeah, that's right. Yeah. The more it gets opened up to third parties, that's going to take over the gamification side. I guess it was kind of frustrating because even from the very early roadmaps, it had things like arcades and cafes and all that, but yet we've seen no progress whatsoever on that. So who knows? I know is, sorry, go ahead, Jess.
I'm thinking that they put that out real quick before to just kind of experiment and see how people kind of reacted to it, and that it will come when it's like completed and in a good way. But yeah, I like that they're taking their time. I personally like Upland. I like the treasure hunts. I like the buying and swapping and the meta ventures, and now it's cars. Like, I like things coming out little by little. This way, like, you're expecting stuff. This way you're not overwhelmed. You could plan for it, which that people should start doing. They should start planning. Like, do you want an outdoor decor shop? Well, find an artist,
say that.
Yeah. Like,
I think you're dead on. Yeah. Don't wait.
Don't wait. Like, cause it's fast. Like you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. These guys are waiting for 2 years or whatnot. I want an outdoor decor. And then like a couple months go by and they're like, hey, we're doing outdoor decor, but you got to be ready. You got to have your artist. You have to have this. You have to have that. Like, there's so many great artists in Upland.
Yes. And
They should really have a separate channel for them too, like to kind of promote themselves. Can you imagine?
there you go. Put that on your whiteboard.
Yeah, maybe
yeah,
we'll
you're
do
right.
that
I
in
mean,
the MVE.
Yeah, even just speaking with the outdoor decor crew, like we got the green light in February. When was it? February 21. Would that be right? Yeah, February 21, we got the green light to say that, yeah, you're in the better program for outdoor decor. Now, of course, we sat there doing nothing for over a year, but in that entire time, there has been some people within the outdoor decor that now that Jen and the team are fired up and ready to go, they've been caught with their pants down completely. So everyone's kind of in a mad scramble mode. But yeah, but it's important to remember that Upland is still in beta, and that gets thrown around probably a bit more loosely than what I'd like. But you know, anything that's in beta, there's 1,000 different things get put up on the whiteboard. Not all of them come to fruition. Some of them get rubbed off. Some of them sit there for ages. So, you know, that's just is what it is. What's happening in chat? That won't distract myself in there. And the last thing I had was outdoor decor, but we did a deep dive into that already. One thing should I do a sneaky peeky at the server, Cheese? Maybe I can do that.
Just
Not
don't
gonna
go to our private stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely not for public consumption. I better not pull that up because that's your DM. Your scary gift.
You'll see somebody with a knife going at you. The stuff poor Ben has to put up with.
Yes. If I disappear at some stage, yeah. Send help.
It's too hard to get to. I'd have to get Lily or Zoe to help me with that.
Zoe, because she's Australian. Yeah. Oh, then Lily. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we did debate whether we were going to open up a standalone server for the Samurai Aquatics and outdoor decor shop. There's pros and cons to it. Obviously, everyone's suffering from server burnout, which is, I'm a prime example of that myself, having rage quit a whole bunch not that long ago.
I see you're collecting them again.
A few, yes. So, yeah, we have set up this where there will be aspects of it that are open to the public, and then yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff at the back end that are just for Cheese, D-Tech, and I, like the operations side of things. This is going to be a case of where it's just to support the people that want to be engaged. You know, we have our Legends of MVE. It's going to be similar to that situation where, you know, if you're somebody who is willing to put in the time and effort to help us, like whether it be through suggestions or feedback or whatnot, or you're just interested in finding out more and getting involved, if you're over there and getting involved, well, yeah, there's a couple of different access points for that. But there will be stuff that's just fully open to the public, you know, showroom, chat, announcements, and whatnot. So I don't know. Anything you want to say to that, Cheese?
I like the little Ben inside your mouth for your profile picture.
You're distracted by squirrels again.
I am distracted.
Yeah. So we'll start. We'll give our Legends of MVE. They'll be the first people to have access to this, and they're going to help us test out all the onboarding and whatnot. And I still need to flesh out a whole bunch of stuff, but that's also going to be part of this week's weekly challenge, which we can probably just dive onto and get sorted out now, if I can catch up where we're at. So yeah, last week, the weekly challenge was to drop a comment in the contest channel of the MVE server. If you don't know which one that is, it's the one with the little trophy icon, or you could drop a comment in the YouTubes and let us know how we could tweak or improve the 1 million UpX wheels. Now, I completely forgot about this until this morning, so I scrambled through to get it. And then Jazz reminded me that originally I just said say g'day, so I've put in a bunch of extra names. So these are the people who took 5 seconds out of their day to drop us some feedback or say g'day in either the YouTube comments or within the MVE server. And those are here now. So again, the prize was 10,000 UpX. Let's see who's gonna take that home.
Woohoo.
Finsky again.
Wow.
My gosh, Finn.
Yeah. The luck with
You need to go and buy a lotto ticket. And let's hope my computer doesn't blue screen crash. All right, well done, Finn. So that's 10,000 UpX on the way to Finsky just for saying g'day and dropping a little bit of feedback. What'd it take you, Finn? Probably about 10, 15 seconds, I reckon. Not long at all. Okay, so similar to that, this week's weekly challenge is again going to be 10,000 UpX, but it's also going to give you early bird access to the Samurai Aquatics and Decor server, which you just got a glimpse of. With that, you will help us set that up if you want, offer feedback, and, there may be unknown perks there as far as, associated NFTs and whatnot. We're not sure how it's all going to pan out, but if you're in, you might be able to help us work out how it's all going to pan out. So for that, all you have to do, again, drop a comment in the contest channel of the MBE server or in the YouTube comments and let us know what kind of outdoor decor items you are most looking forward to getting. It doesn't have to be Samurai Aquatics related, of course. Take 5 seconds out of your day. And just like Finn, you might walk away with 10,000 UpX and also early bird access to our outdoor decor server.
That's a really good challenge. I like that. Did you just come up with that?
Yeah, just before.
It's really good. I like it.
When I was scrambling. All right, on to the 1 million UpX wheels. Now, Jazz did I don't know if I even patched those in. Hey, talk, Cheese. Will somebody talk? I gotta get this ready.
I posted the funny picture that I took of your profile pic with the little bed in its mouth.
You really want me to release that video?
No. I keep
really
forgetting.
do.
All right. Let's see.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, great. I had nothing.
Right, so this wheel is to find out who is going to play the 1 million UpX wheels. Now, these are the people who were in at the start of the show for the snapshot. Hopefully they were in to catch the what is it, the code phrase or whatever. I do know that he's not on there. Option Guru was in, but then he had to jump. So, all right, let's see who's going to play.
Ben, you forgot me on the list.
Did
Get
I?
her in there. Get her in there.
You put the list together. You got to put yourself in.
I did put myself in. That's all right.
We got to do twice now. Ben has to pay out 2 million UpX.
All right, let me just check. How did I forget you? How did I forget you, Jazz? That is very naughty indeed.
That's not the list I typed to you, though. I've noticed that you've changed Uplando.
Oh, I changed that because I didn't know if you wanted to be outed.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
you did too. You did have you in there. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Let me see.
That
All
I'm
right,
outing
Jazz, how about
myself.
this? Because I screwed that up, do you want to go again totally after Cam, or would you like 20K straight off the bat?
I'll take 20K and let Cam go.
Okay, Jazz. That's my punishment for being a knucklehead.
I would have done the same thing, Jazz. 20K is amazing.
That's amazing, Ben. Thank you.
No
Screw up
worries, mate.
anytime. Yeah, please
Screw up
anytime.
anytime.
All right. Cam, what is the code phrase?
Boats or cruise ship. Ski jet or boots. Cam, you there?
Sorry. Jet ski or boat? No.
Cruise. Jet ski.
Cruise ship. Yeah.
Oh,
Cruise ship or jet
nice. You're too kind, Cheese.
I swear I was listening.
I'll do it every single time.
All right, pull them up, Cheese. Let's see what the Cam man is going to score.
All right, where'd I put it?
Now, yeah,
Where is it?
I did tweak some of the features on the last wheel. I will play around and tweak some of the other stuff on the other two wheels. Pardon me, on the other two wheels. But it does
All
throw
right.
the math all out of whack as far as the percentage chance and whatnot, but well. Alrighty, so this is the first wheel. 25K is the main prize. When you're ready, Cam, tell Cheese to spin that wheel.
Go ahead and spin that wheel.
You gotta watch it and try to line it up. Oh.
Miles away. So what do we got? 1,000 UpX. It's probably a
that's
formality, but we
sweet.
shall ask, do you want to bank that UpX or spin again?
Let's go ahead and spin that.
All right, let's go for the second wheel.
All right.
50K on the second wheel. 3 chances for 50K.
Now you gotta watch the wheel and tell me when you think it's the right moment.
And stop.
Stop. That would be nice.
Yeah, right.
All right, here we go. Oh, he's dropped down. I thought you had the booster there. Down to 500. No guess is what you're going to do here, Cam. Take that 500 up extra spin again.
Everyone wins 500. What does that mean?
That means everybody who was on the list to play, they win 500 UPEX. Or I think I also put 1,000.
Oh, wow.
That was some of the feedback we got. So, yeah.
Is there one that everybody wins 1 million?
If the DTech
wins a lot.
workshop is the sponsor, absolutely.
All right,
All right.
watch it closely.
When you're ready, Cam, man.
Go ahead.
Oh, there's some tactics at play here. There's some tactics.
Come on, get it. Come on. Or at least everyone. Woo!
Oh, it's close. What is it?
Yeah. I'll take it.
I don't think you were even on the list, were you? Oh, you were, yeah.
Yeah, where's MC? Look at you.
Who
Look at
came up with
you.
this idea? Cost me a
Look
fortune.
at you.
Let's go.
Everyone wins 250 UPEX. All right, so I'll,
MC's definitely on the list. I wouldn't forget about her.
so yeah, I owe you
Yes, don't have that.
20,250 Jess.
Thanks, man.
And Finsky 10,250. All right, I may have to follow up to make sure I've got some people's in-game Uplander names. Maybe we're gonna have to sort that out at some stage. But
Look
alrighty,
at
well
this.
done. Well, that
That's
was cool
one
to
way
see that
get
work.
everyone to like you. Yeah.
I'd give them 250 UPEX.
I mean, geez, it's like a standard.
You're very cheap.
I
It's a lot of
appreciate
work for sending everybody.
I know. I think maybe that's what I'm more excited about.
You just love giving away my money. That's all. That's what you're pumped about.
Hey, listen, I spent my fair share as
Hey.
well. Hey, look,
Hey.
I'm walking over here.
All right, let's wrap this up. A reminder that if you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, like the DTech workshop, opportunities are available for sponsorship and engagement in this, the UDU podcast. Contact myself or Cheese to discuss and secure your spot. All proceeds go towards helping me pay out the money that Cheese wants to give away.
Oh my God.
Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Help spread the word. As we keep saying, the show is open to the Upland public each and every week via the MB Discord server, and you can join in for your chance at the 1 million UPEX wheels, just like Cam did. Now I'm going to make sure I'm ready this time. I'm not going to screw it up. Cheese, get us out of here.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.